Hey guys, got a small unboxing for you today. This is a new project that I'm starting for my Glock 19. I ordered this from Brownells during their sale that they had. I think it might have been a 4th of July sale, but they had these for a lot cheaper than they were. It wasn't like a huge discount, but it was decent enough that I decided to pick one up. I had intended on like stippling my Glock 19 and stuff, but I decided to go this route, mainly for the cost and not ruining my current frame. So this is the Polymer80 frame for the Glock 19. As you can see, I got the flat dark earth color. You can see all the other colors that they make. I thought about the olive drab, but I decided to go with the flat dark earth because olive drab was pretty dark and wasn't too much different from black. So this is how it comes. You get the various bits that you need to install it and stuff, but you do have to swap over some of the internals from your, or if you're building it yourself, you'd have to buy the materials, but I'm just going to swap everything over from this frame into this Polymer80. So you get various bits to help you do that. You get the 2 drill bits and then this machining thing. But I'm going to be using a Dremel for pretty much all of this, and hopefully that works. But and then it comes in this jig that helps you take out the pieces that you need to install it. And this looks like a sticker, and this is just a little pamphlet or page thing. And if you need like more instructions on how to install it, I'm assuming you just go to that website. So this is the main piece. Try to take it out of this real quick. So you can see there's no finger grooves or anything. It's already got like the undercut done. So pretty much a lot of the work that a lot of people do on their Glock frames, the Polymer80 already has done to it. And that was one of the draws, because this I paid like $120 with free shipping from Brownells. These are normally like $150, I think. And like a good stipple job will cost quite a bit more, especially with like a grip reduction and stuff for a Gen 3 to mess with all that. So I decided to go with this and to give kind of like a different color. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to work on getting this installed and maybe do an update video. Otherwise, you'll see it on my Instagram. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, so this is my completed Polymer80 Glock 19 build. Thought I'd do a quick update video showing you what I did to it as far as like the process of installing it and some things I learned along the way, and also go over how it fits in my holster and kind of go over some comments that I've had on my Instagram so far about it. So take the magazine out, nothing in there. Nothing in there, and really nice, really easy to install this frame. Again, this is a Polymer80, so 80% lower. You have to remove some parts or some pieces so you can get it, and without having to go through the hassle of registering the frame. As with handguns, the frame is the part that's considered the firearm, so with this, you don't really have to mess with registering it or going through background checks or anything like that. And it's also a nice way to change up the look and feel of the Glock 19. A lot of people aren't a fan of the finger grooves. This doesn't have them. A lot of people do framework to do an undercut and a stippling job, but this one, it has a really nice aggressive texture already. It has the scallop for the mag release there, and then the undercut, and a nice curve here as well. And it has these cutouts here. My one complaint is these are really smooth, so your finger kind of slips, so I'll probably put some grip tape there or stipple that. I'm not sure yet. But other than that, I really like the frame. I love the color, and it was a nice little upgrade, I think. Instead of going through like the hassle of having somebody do the framework or learning to do it myself. That made me a little nervous about, you know, dremeling the grip of a Glock 19 down. So I decided to just go with this, kind of get my feet wet as far as doing some projects and stuff with firearms. So this was a nice first step. Go ahead and strip this down and show you the work I did to it. I used a Dremel, a set of hand files, like cheap small hand files, and then I actually rented a drill from Home Depot because I don't own one myself and I didn't want to buy one for a small project like this, since this only took me around 2 hours to complete. So here you can see the spots that were drilled. They're pretty clean. Again, you just use the jig as a guide. And I did have to chase some of the holes after I got the rails and stuff in there, just to help them line up, but not a huge issue there. And then you do have to remove sections of the frame. Here you can kind of see where I dremeled it down and then smoothed it out a little bit with a hand file. I can probably still go back in and clean that up a bit, make it a little bit more smooth, but it's a nice flat line that I've got there, either side. And then these two pieces at the back, same thing, use the Dremel and then a hand file to get those nice and flush with the rest of the frame. And final thing is, a lot in the instructions you use this milling bit to do a plunge cut here, but I just used a Dremel with a sandpaper wheel and kind of trimmed that all down. This is probably the most rough section of it, but I can still go back in and smooth that out, and it works just fine right now. I haven't shot this yet, but everything cycles just fine. I tested it with some dummy rounds and stuff, and everything works as intended, so I want to take it to the range here pretty soon to give it a nice test run. But all in all, it's a really nice, I think, upgrade. I paid $120 for this from Brownells, and I'm a big fan of it so far. So maybe a few slight modifications to it, but I think this is probably just about as good as it gets with the Polymer80 frame. And last thing I want to show you is the holster. I had a question about people using their Safariland holsters or other holsters with their Glock 19 when they switch to a Polymer80 frame. And this one does fit my Safariland. This is a 6378 for the Glock 19 with the M3 or TLR1, which I have on there right now. And it does, does click in just fine. The one thing to note, it is a little stiff once it's in there, but it's been smoothing out ever since I've been using it. It was really stiff at first, and I haven't loosened it up or anything at all yet, because I don't think I'll need to. I think it'll smooth out and wear in just fine. But it does click in. It's not going anywhere, and it does draw pretty nicely, so no issues there with the holster. And that pretty much covers it for my Polymer80 build. Thanks for watching.